Welcome back to the channel, guys. Quick one for you this afternoon. This street glide is pretty much all the way back together now. This is the one that had, you probably saw the short there on YouTube or the Instagram reel. This one had a real bad day, guys. So we're going to go through, take a look at some of the damage to the components here. We're going to talk about the build, talk about some of the other components that we put into it. And we're also going to probably stir up a few people in the comments section too, talking about some Screamin Eagle products and a few other bits and pieces. So let's get into it. Rightio, guys. So if you did catch the short that I put up on YouTube or the reel on Instagram, you'll know you would have seen the damage there. But this thing presented to me here, I didn't catch the customer. I didn't get to speak to him or anything like that. But it presented the job note said Rattle in top end, and it obviously had a lot more than Rattle going on in the top end. Rightio, so it is back together mostly. It's about, just got the tank, a few other bits and pieces to go on, but we're going to talk about the build and what we've done to put it back together, to build it back better than it was prior. So it is still a 131, so we've gone with the Screamin Eagle 4 and 3/10 thou cylinders and pistons, and we've gone with the Screamin Eagle +1 mil CNC ported heads. We did, however, start off with a S&S 4.5 inch stroke flywheel. We added a Screamin Eagle the Screamin Eagle Pro Billet Super Sucker cam plate and oil pump combo. Now I really like that combo, guys. It works better than anything else as far as I'm concerned. It covers more run out than the rest of them. Fueling and S&S offer 4 or 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 thou run out. These things will go up to the spec on Harley's warranty. Harley's workshop specification of 12 thou on the flywheel there. So. But not only that, guys, it offers more flow at lower RPM than even the updated 8-lobe G-Rattle, which this bike already actually had in there anyway when the build was done. But yeah, so I really like that oil pumping hand plate combo. It's the only one I recommend. I really don't like fitting the blue or the red ones, but I'll fit them, of course, if you want. But if something happens, then I've probably told you not to fit it. Now, on that, before people get excited in the comments, they are the only two pump and plate combos that I've seen fail. I've done another video on this before, you can go back and check it out, but they are the only ones that I've seen fail. Now, obviously, that could be technician installation error. I understand that, or there's many other factors, but that's just the way it is. They're the only ones that I've seen that have had issues. Never seen it with the Screamin Eagle ones. What else did we do? We swapped out the camshaft. So this one was just a complete kit build to start with. So it had the SE 517 cam in there. It's now running the Cyclerama APE CR 515. So this thing is going to make a lot more power than it did before, I can guarantee that. I don't even know how much it made before, but I know it's going to be a lot better. Still running 64mm throttle body and intake, 5.5 GPS injectors. We did do a S&S billet compensator in there, compensator amp. We also updated the clutch springs. It didn't have, it just had a factory compensator amp and factory clutch springs. Now, while that was okay in the 131 combo with the 517, because quite sedate, that combination, but now that it's obviously going to have a lot more mumbo, we've updated it. So yeah, factory one there is now good for paperweight or scrap metal. But let's go, guys, let's dive in. I want to have a look at, I want to show you guys the damage here and what went on, and we'll go through and tell you what we did and what's going on. Well, the best of my knowledge of what I think happened, and we'll go through and just have a look at it all. Rightio, guys, so straight out of the gate here, you can see there's a valve missing here. Well, half a valve, the stem's still in there, and it's still attached to the spring, the collet, the retainers, it's all still there. But yeah, it's obviously just fatigued and broken away and fallen down on top of the piston, and then it's all hell broke loose. But guys, I'm not sure how. It's obviously just fatigued and snapped off because the exhaust valve is closing when the piston's coming up, so it's sort of running away from it as quick as it can, whereas on the intake valve this guy can be opening as that guy's coming up. So yeah, anyway, that has broke. You can see the damage here on the combustion chamber. It's really gnarly. So, and the piston is just completely destroyed. Have a look at it. I mean, it's done well to stay largely intact. I mean, look at the skirt, completely smashed as it's it's been folded over onto the rod completely sideways. Let's just it's held together. I mean, it's still largely intact, to be honest, but yeah, completely mushroomed that over. It's just smashed it. We went ahead and did a new oil pan. Now you can see here, guys, look at this, the amount of stuff still left in that. So it's, I mean, you could technically still flush this right out and reuse it, honestly, because, you know, whatever minor stuff would be left would, you know, it would get caught by the filter, guys. But obviously, the amount of time you'd spend flushing it out, washing it out, and stressing about it, much easier just to remove it and replace it. Obviously, for security reasons, well, you know, preventative security, you just want to swap it out. We went, as I said earlier, we did the Screamin Eagle cam plate oil pump combo. This one didn't actually have a lot of damage. It did have, I want to talk about this real quick, guys. You can see here, hopefully if this focuses, this scoring between the ports here. So this is what we are worried about. We're not worried about any marks out here on the outside of this, on the outside of the housing there. Not that there's many there anyway. People, I see it time and time again. I mean, it's really not in bad shape at all, this one, but people, you know, that you see these marks on the outside here. If we can focus. And people, oh, the oil pump's buggered, it's buggered, you know, but it's really not. The issue, well, depending, but the issue is when we get big grooves between the ports, because you're going to lose suction, well, you're going to lose pressure between the ports, and that's going to upset the flow. So that's what we're concerned about there, not out here. I mean, to a degree, guys, but you can see here, there's not much wear at all on this pump. As I said, it is the 8-lobe sucker, the 8-lobe G-rotor. We went ahead, put some APE lifters in there. These ones are the Screamin Eagle ones that came in the kit. They are identifiable. They do have the SE stamped on the pin there, as you can see. Screamin Eagle. Now they're still good, guys. There's nothing wrong with them at all. The APE high capacity ones I use or have fitted to this one are still great as well. Same design, more, you know, it's more beefy down here in the roller. They're just cheaper than the Screamin Eagle ones. Obviously, we did piston oil as well. We did the S&S ones because that guy was, he had a bad day. He got broken off by some of the debris that flew around in there. So, and as I said, apart from that, obviously we did new cylinder heads. You know, the combination was largely the same. We've just added the compensator ramp, the heavy-duty clutch springs from Screamin Eagle, the 1275s. We're still running the same 64mm throttle body and intake, 5.5 GPS injectors, and obviously still a 131, but at the standard comp too, guys. The 515 works really well. It does like a little bit more comp, but at this comp ratio on the bolt-on 131 kit, it works really well. And you can see here, guys, it's running the Reinhardt full system and the Reinhardt slip-ons. So have this thing basically back together. Tank's got to go on. We've got to prime this thing up. Actually, I've got to put the battery charger on tonight to make sure it's all ready for in the morning, so we can crank it over and build oil pressure, get this thing primed right up, because it's completely, it's been completely stripped down. Everything's bare. Oh, the other thing, oil cooler, guys. Oil cooler is not here yet, so I'm expecting it here tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get that thing off. Well, when it gets here, there's no hopefully about it. It's going to come off, and we're going to be putting it on. So yeah, we won't be cranking it over until that's here. But yeah, it's completely, still no oil in it at the moment, but once, just assembly lube, obviously. But once we get the cooler here, that's going to go on, fill this thing up with oil, and crank it over, build oil pressure, get this thing heat cycled, warmed up, etc., and onto the dyno to tune. So we'll have those results. We'll have those results soon, guys. As soon as I can, I'll post them, or do another quick video like these. But yeah, that's just some of the damage there, guys. And as I said, Screamin Eagle does get a bad rap sometimes, but I really, really don't mind their products at all. These 131 kits are really, really good. The finish, I mean, on the cylinder here, I think Screamin Eagle has a patent on the design of the cylinder here. I mean, it's just seamless. I mean, the same finish on the heads as the cylinder. I mean, it just fits beautifully together. I do use the APE cylinders on 128 builds that we do, and while they're still a very high quality cylinder, they work great. They do have thicker fins, and you can definitely tell, you know, they're on there, that's for sure. But these just integrate very well. They are phenomenal. So I know guys just hate on Screamin Eagle for some reason. Their cams, there's room for improvement there, but obviously they have to operate within a margin to, you know, have a warranty. So, you know, there's not many manufacturers out there that offer warranty on performance parts. So, hands down to Screamin Eagle for that, guys. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up here because I'm rambling on a bit, but I just wanted to do a quick one for the afternoon just to recap what was going on and where we're at. And as I said, I'll post the results of this thing when I've got them. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.